Hi, my name is Brenda Titus, and I'm a professional hypnotherapist in Orange County, California. For information about my program, including in-person sessions, please feel free to go to my website, ochypnotherapy.com. So today we're going to do a thoughts from the hypnosis office, and I thought it would be fun to talk about some of our shoulds where it comes to habit change, doing the things that we should do and turning them into something that we would feel good about doing. Now, as a little bit of background where I thought about this is that I work with people on habit change. People come to me for a variety of things. Where they want to change their habits, whether they want to get themselves organized, they need the motivation to do so, procrastination, and a lot of people who are making overall positive health choices, whether that has to do with smoking cessation, stopping drinking, making good choices where it comes to our food and exercise, important things that we might not necessarily think about as something we really want to do, that we get really excited and driven about doing, but they are still things that we should do, so to speak. So, as a little bit of a background, I do a lot of work, mostly a big part of my work really is a therapeutic process for change. So we're really getting down to the underlying blockages, so to speak, that are keeping people from making those good choices for themselves. And so that has a lot to do with, feeling worthy to do so, feeling good enough, feeling deserving, and especially worthy and deserving of the end result of doing the good thing for ourselves. So that is actually a really important part of my process, and most likely why people will initially come to see me, where I'm doing that 5-session program where we're really digging in pretty deeply into some issues that are holding us back. And then of course we get to make positive changes as our end result. Now, I do actually sometimes work with people on a more ongoing basis where I'm doing coaching and reframing the challenges. As we get to understand what our underlying drivers are, then I get to work with people on more direct suggestion types of things, maybe doing a little bit more metaphor, storytelling, and sometimes throwing in some mantra phrases, quick, simple, fun phrases to kind of catchy kinds of things to get people on track. And so that was actually some of the point of today, because this did come up recently in a hypnosis session when we got to the making the good or even feeling good about our shoulds. So I know that a common phrase that you'll hear is to stop shoulding over yourself, right? So we get so stuck in the, I should this, I should that. Only here's the tricky thing. There are a lot of things in our lives that we should do, and are either are in our best interest to do, especially where it comes to those healthy choices, but they aren't necessarily things that we get really excited about, that we say, oh, I can't wait to clean my closet, I can't wait to exercise. Well, I mean, plenty of us, we enjoy our exercise. I'm so excited that I'm going to make the healthiest choice. Now, of course, I say this thinking, well, but it does actually feel good to make good choices for ourselves. But I've been doing this for a long time. So, but I don't like it. It's not just something, I wake up and say, oh, I can't wait to, hit all my shoulds today. But I do know how good it feels when I actually do all of my shoulds. So that's actually why we want to talk about these things. So of course, as I'm talking about finding the good in our shoulds, the first thing is acknowledging that the things that I'm really talking about are the things that really technically are in our best interest. So that's really where sometimes, we don't want to should over ourselves in terms of making ourselves feel bad about what we need to do, but actually getting excited and feeling good about making good choices for ourselves. So see how we're already kind of tweaking our idea about it. Let's see. I'm just checking my notes. Remember, I have vision problems, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, okay. So this is what I wanted to do. Okay, so finding the good in the should. So that's our little tricky phrase, right? Finding the good in the should. So I want you to think about something this week that maybe is in your best interest to do, that is one of those shoulds, but that you don't usually get too super excited about. It doesn't drive you per se, but you know it's something that is on your list, that needs to get done, is in your best interest to get done. And I want you to find something good in it. Okay, so something that you should do, and find what will make you feel good about doing it. Now, and I also want to be aware of what the end result of doing it will be. Okay, so in doing this thing, that we're talking about, then I want to be aware of that. It's like the feeling good about doing that thing as well. So I want you to imagine the goal of feeling good about having done something that maybe you weren't really excited about doing, but recognizing how good it will feel when you accomplish it. And so, of course, I kind of already set this part up, which is why I needed to double check my notes about those making good choices for yourself. So I always like to use that as a pretty generic example in here when we're doing this. And especially because we're making good choices for ourselves, that can mean a lot of things. So we're finding the good in the should of making good healthy choices for ourselves, and a lot of times that is the daily regular habits, the drinking the water, the exercise, the healthy food, making those good choices for ourselves. And now the tricky part is that that's not something that has a big end result either. Now it actually is something where you get a daily good feeling about accomplishing that goal. And of course, this is where we get to the don't should about yourself at yourself. If maybe you were 75% on that goal. Well, I mean, it's a lifelong goal. It's something that we're going to be doing day after day with those healthy food choices. So that's actually where I think that we want to be aware of. Feel good about what you accomplished and recognize, that you did your best. But especially then recognizing those become daily goals, daily goods, right? Daily good things that we're doing for ourselves. And then of course that becomes an ongoing good thing. Sometimes with making those healthy choices, we notice our strength, our stamina. People notice as they make healthy choices with food and exercise that maybe they have more energy, which then is going to help them do other things in their life. Maybe they notice that they start sleeping better because they worked hard during the day and they feel more restful at night. So there's lots of ways that you can really find the good and the good result, even of those things that we should do that we might not necessarily be really excited about doing. I will quote as I kind of finish up. I thought about this, yesterday, this finding the good and the things that we should do, and I thought, oh, this is a great plan for this week. And then I realized today that I actually have a exercise instructor on Peloton who that is literally what he says. He says, if you feel good and you should. And it has to do with, increasing your speed or increasing the resistance on the bike. So I admit I didn't completely come out of it, come up with this all on my own, which is, kind of how it works. But it is something that I wanted to share as a way to maybe inspire you to make good, healthy choices for yourself and recognize the good. And of course, I'll get back to the therapeutic part. Of course, remembering and knowing that you are worthy of that end result. You deserve that end result, whether it's the health, the wellness, the energy, the physical strength, the pride in yourself for accomplishing your goals on either a short-term basis or a long-term, lifelong basis. And you can do it. So hopefully that is some good inspiration for you today. And again, my name is Brenda Titus with ochypnotherapy.com in Orange County, California. And I wish you a wonderful day.